Ilara lived between the pages of books. In the quiet corners of the dusty shelf, the town's oldest bookstore, she would fill her sketchbook with worlds of her own, her pencil a magic wand. She loved the smell of old paper and the promise of 1,000 different lives waiting to be read. One rainy Tuesday, the little bell above the door chimed, announcing a new arrival. A boy named Leo walked in, shaking the rain from his dark hair. He had a guitar case slung over his shoulder and an easy smile that seemed to challenge the gloomy weather outside. He was looking for a book of poetry, something to spark a new song. As he scanned the shelves, his eyes landed on Ilara, tucked away in her corner. For a moment, the world of books and rain faded away, and there was only the quiet, intense connection between their gazes. Leo walked over, his footsteps soft on the wooden floor. "That looks amazing," he said, nodding towards her sketchbook. "Can I see?" Blushing, Ilara hesitated for a second before turning the book towards him. Her pages were filled with fantastical creatures and dreamy landscapes. They talked for what felt like minutes, but the clock on the wall said hours had passed. They talked about favorite songs, impossible dreams, and the feeling of being a little different from everyone else. It was like they were two halves of the same song, finally finding their harmony. "I'm working on a new song," Leo said as the bookstore owner began to dim the lights. "I'd love for you to be the first to hear it. Meet me at the old willow tree in the park tomorrow?" Ilara's heart did a little flip. "I'll be there," she promised. The next afternoon, sunlight filtered through the long, sweeping branches of the willow tree. Leo sat on a blanket, his guitar in his lap. He saw Ilara approaching, and his smile widened. He began to play, and the notes of a sweet, hopeful melody filled the air. He sang of seeing a new color in the world, of a quiet magic found in a dusty room. His voice was warm and true, and every word felt like it was written just for her. When the last note faded, the silence that followed was full of unspoken feelings. "It was beautiful," Ilara whispered. She reached into her bag and pulled out her sketchbook, showing him a new drawing, a boy with a guitar, his music weaving stars into the air. Leo looked from the drawing to her, and then he leaned in, and their lips met in a kiss, as gentle as the song he had just played. They sat together as the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. Her head rested on his shoulder, his arm was wrapped around her. This was their first page, the start of a story they knew would be their favorite.